Imagine this. Two people are born in the same city. They grow up in similar neighborhoods, attend the same schools, graduate from the same college, and eventually land jobs that pay almost the same salary. 10 years later, one of them owns businesses, travels whenever they want, and never worries about paying the bills. The other is still counting the days until the next paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck despite working just as hard. Same education, same city, same opportunities. So what happened? Was it luck? Was it intelligence? Or was it something much deeper that nobody ever taught us? Today, we're going to uncover the hidden rules of money. The rules that schools rarely teach, the rules many parents never had the chance to learn, and the rules that separate people who build wealth from people who spend their entire lives chasing it. By the end of this video, you'll never look at money the same way again. Because becoming wealthy isn't about earning more money. It's about thinking differently. From the time we're children, we're given a simple formula for success. Study hard, get good grades, find a stable job, work hard. Everything else will fall into place. For decades, that advice worked reasonably well. But the world has changed. Years ago, one income could support an entire family, buy a house, pay for college, and still leave enough for retirement. Today, even people with good salaries often struggle to keep up. The cost of living keeps rising. Debt keeps growing. Stress becomes normal. Many people believe the solution is simply to earn more money, but that's not the real problem. Income is not the same as wealth. Someone can earn $10,000 every month and still be completely broke if they spend $11,000. Meanwhile, another person earning half that amount may become financially free simply because they save, invest, and make better decisions. Wealth is not determined by your paycheck. It's determined by your habits. Money doesn't care how intelligent you are. Money follows behavior. One of the biggest financial traps people fall into is something called lifestyle inflation. Have you ever noticed that every time someone gets a raise, their lifestyle immediately becomes more expensive? A bigger apartment, a newer car, a more expensive phone, luxury vacations, designer clothes. At first, it feels like success, but often it's just another trap. Instead of buying freedom, they're buying bigger monthly payments, more debt, more financial pressure. The truth is that many people don't buy things because they actually need them. They buy them because they want other people to believe they're successful. Social media has made this even worse. Every day we're surrounded by images of expensive cars, luxury hotels, designer watches, and perfect lifestyles. Without realizing it, we begin comparing ourselves to strangers on the internet. And comparison becomes one of the fastest ways to destroy financial progress. The truly wealthy understand something different. Looking rich and being rich are two completely different things. Many millionaires live surprisingly ordinary lives. They drive reliable cars. They wear simple clothes. They avoid unnecessary expenses. Not because they can't afford luxury, but because they understand something most people never learn. Every dollar spent today is a dollar that can no longer work for your future. This brings us to one of the most important lessons in personal finance: the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. It sounds incredibly simple, yet this single idea has transformed millions of lives. A rental property that generates monthly income is an asset. A profitable business is an asset. Stocks that pay dividends are assets. Digital products that continue selling automatically are assets. On the other hand, a luxury sports car usually isn't an asset. A designer watch usually isn't an asset. Buying the newest phone every single year usually isn't an asset. These things may look impressive, but if they constantly cost you money without generating income, they're liabilities. Many people spend their entire lives collecting liabilities while believing they're building wealth. The wealthy do the opposite. They collect assets first. Then eventually those assets pay for everything else. Think of an asset like planting a fruit tree. At first, it requires patience. You water it, protect it, take care of it. For months, maybe years, nothing exciting happens. But eventually, that tree begins producing fruit every single season. Assets work exactly the same way. They continue generating value long after the initial work has been completed. Another lesson separates wealthy people from everyone else. They understand the true value of time. Money can always be earned again. Time never can. Once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. That's why successful people don't simply ask how much something costs, they ask how much time it saves. Because time creates money. Money cannot create more time. Every hour spent learning a valuable skill can increase your future income. Every hour wasted scrolling endlessly through social media is an opportunity that disappears forever. We live in one of the greatest periods in history. Anyone with an internet connection can learn almost any skill. You can become a video editor, a programmer, a writer, a marketer, a content creator, a business owner. You can sell digital products, teach online, build an audience, start a business from your bedroom. Opportunities have never been greater, but distractions have never been greater either. The biggest competition today isn't lack of opportunity. It's the constant battle for your attention. Every notification, every short video, every endless scroll steals something much more valuable than entertainment. It steals time, and time is the one investment that never comes back. Many people dream of becoming rich overnight. They search for secret investments, quick trading strategies, lottery tickets, or miracle business ideas. But wealth rarely works that way. Real wealth grows slowly, almost invisibly, day after day, month after month, year after year. This is the power of compounding. In the beginning, progress feels painfully slow. You save money, nothing changes. You invest, still nothing exciting happens. Months go by, then years. People around you begin wondering if your efforts are even worth it. Then something incredible happens. Your investments begin generating returns. Those returns begin generating even more returns. Growth accelerates. The progress that once looked invisible suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. Success follows the same pattern. People only notice the final result. They never see the years of quiet discipline that made it possible. They see the successful business. They don't see the hundreds of failures that came before it. They see financial freedom. They don't see the years of sacrifice that built it. Another reason wealthy people continue getting richer is because they stop trading time directly for money. Most employees earn income only while they're working. The moment they stop working, the income stops. There's nothing wrong with having a job. In fact, it's often the first step toward building wealth. But staying dependent on only one source of income can be risky. The wealthy gradually build systems, businesses, investments, royalties, rental income, digital products, things that continue producing income whether they're working or sleeping. They don't just work for money, they build things that allow money to work for them. Ownership changes everything. Owning part of a business, owning investments, owning intellectual property, owning assets. Ownership creates leverage. Leverage creates freedom. Perhaps the biggest difference between wealthy people and everyone else isn't their income, it's their mindset. Most people ask one question: how can I make more money? Successful people ask a different question: how can I become more valuable? Money follows value. If you solve problems, people will pay you. If you create something useful, people will pay you. If you develop skills that are difficult to replace, opportunities naturally begin appearing. Learn communication, learn sales, learn marketing, learn writing, learn video editing, learn artificial intelligence, learn programming, learn negotiation. Technology will continue changing. Industries will continue evolving, but valuable skills will always remain valuable. At the end of the day, financial freedom isn't built through one massive decision. It's built through thousands of small decisions made consistently over time. Choosing to invest instead of spending. Choosing to learn instead of scrolling. Choosing patience instead of instant gratification. Choosing long-term freedom over short-term pleasure. The truth is that most people won't remain poor because opportunities don't exist. They'll remain poor because their habits never change. Every unnecessary purchase, every wasted hour, every excuse, every opportunity ignored. These small choices quietly shape the future. Money itself isn't the goal. Money is simply a tool. Freedom is the real goal. Freedom to spend time with your family. Freedom to travel. Freedom to choose the work you enjoy. Freedom to live life on your own terms. Because the richest person in the room isn't always the one with the biggest house or the most expensive car. The richest person is the one who owns their time. The best time to begin building wealth may have been years ago. The second best time is today. Your future isn't determined by where you are right now. It's determined by the decisions you make after watching this video. The question is no longer whether becoming wealthy is possible. The only question left is, what are you going to do next?